You all might have heard of this shocking incident of the death of a 15-year-old boy named Mihir. His life was cut short in the most heartbreaking way in such a young age. He jumped off from the 26th floor of his apartment building in Kochi, Kerala. What makes this story even more heartbreaking is the letter written by his mother, which has been circulating all over social media. It explains how a young boy was tormented due to the bullying in school. Just imagine this. On his last day, his head was shoved into the toilet seat while the others were flushing it. Imagine the humiliation and the suffering that he went through. And this is not just one incident. He had been bullied over and over again, and he was even bullied for his skin color. When you just think about it for a moment, imagine how a 15-year-old boy was pushed into so much despair that he thought that death was his only way out. This incident is not just about Mihir. It represents a larger social problem of bullying. The consequences of bullying can be anything from anxiety to, in the most tragic cases, suicides like this. In this video, I will explain more about bullying and being bullied. I will explain the warning signs that you need to look out for. Most importantly, I will tell you what you can do to make an actual difference. Because no child deserves to be at a helpless point where they think that death is the only option. My name is Sharon. Let's talk parenting. What I found the most shocking about this incident was that even after knowing that Mihir was dead, his friends were circulating really insensitive chats in their group. In this entire case, it's quite evident that Mihir had some form of friction with the school authorities, as he was suspended for a week and thrown out of the basketball team. Yet, many angles of this case is yet to be uncovered. But what I would like to tell today is about bullying and being bullied. Bullying comes off as a very strong term to describe someone who tries to harm or intimidate someone who is considered as vulnerable or weaker than them. It is a way of exerting some form of social dominance over someone else. They usually target someone who is smaller, weaker, or younger than them. Have you wondered why young children behave in such a manner? Even if you're a parent or a teacher, you need to know these traits and you need to identify these in children. So yes, why teens bully is to have a social dominance over their friends or peer groups. It is a way of achieving that respect and dominance that they always wanted. In many of the research, it shows that the reason why children turn into such bullies is due to some form of negligence in their parenting. According to social learning theory, children learn their behavior through reinforcement, observation, and modeling. Let me explain this in simple words. So when a child is growing up, you are the first role model, or they see you the most often. So the first kind of socialization that they have is from their parents. If they observe some form of aggressive behavior from their homes, they are most likely to take on those traits. And yes, media is one form of big influence on the children. Everything that they see on the media plays a big impact on their brain. So children have very underdeveloped brain. So whatever they see in the media, they absorb a very selective part of it and not the actual message. So whatever they see on screen plays a very large impact on them. Even if you see in most of the movies, a main guy, he gains a lot of respect by bullying or controlling others around them. And children think that this is the easiest way to dominate over other people and gain respect. In the earliest part of their childhood, it is very important that parents teach them to manage and regulate their emotions, even aggression. One of the best things that you can do as a parent for your child is observe them carefully and try to understand if there are any behavioral or aggression issues among them. I know it's very difficult for you as a parent to try and accept that, there's some form of behavioral issues within your child. But always remember that, timely intervention is something that can help your child and that can actually save the society from a larger harm. Now let's talk about the children who are being bullied. The children who are being bullied are more likely to develop anxiety and depression because most of their day, they are in fear that, the bully is going to come for them and they're in fear of bullying. It becomes very difficult for them to focus in their academics and they think very less of themselves and not worthy of having friends. There's an evident loss of self-confidence in the children who are being bullied. For example, Mihir was bullied for his skin color. he started to become insecure of something that he can never change. They will also become greatly embarrassed by the things that the bully did to them. They will start to feel powerless and helpless, and it will be very difficult for them to share their pain with others. And the children who continue to bully others, they never take responsibilities for their actions. They start to develop certain antisocial behaviors which can become a great threat to the community in the future. To all the parents and educators, do not neglect these warning signs of declining mental health in your children. So what exactly are these warning signs? First, a sudden loss of interest in something that they were earlier a part of. They start to become very lazy, lethargic, and they're not interested in any of their favorite activities. And this is a very big warning sign. Second, they start to lose focus on their academics and other activities. They seem to be distracted and they seem to be thinking about something else all the time. Third, sudden burst of anger or frustration for no particular reason. Since their emotions are not regulated within them, they will start to express it in the most explosive ways. So what can you as parents do if your child is being bullied? So first thing you need to understand is that your child actually knows the meaning of bullying. I've been an educator myself, and I've found that children, for each and every other minor inconvenience, they say that they were bullied. So ensure that your child actually knows the meaning of bullying. Try to get the entire story from them before you take an action. Listen closely to your child and ensure this is an issue where action needs to be taken. So yes, what can you as a parent do if your child is facing bullying? First thing, stop having a very rigid and harsh kind of parenting where it becomes very difficult for your child to talk to you. Create an environment of warmth and love where they'll be able to open up with you. Have a habit of discussing emotional and mental health issues in your family. This should happen like a normal conversation. Even you need to talk to your children about how your mental health is going, and they can, start opening up to you about their mental health. And by doing this, it becomes very easy for you to understand if they are starting to have any troubles. Assure your child that it's not their fault that they're being bullied and that you're there for them and you will take the necessary action. Remind them that you're always there as a safe space for them to talk whenever they need. Get the entire story from your child whenever they are calm and comfortable so that you have enough picture of the story to report it to the authorities. Once you've identified the problem, first thing you need to do is approach the nearest adult in charge. For example, their class teacher or whoever is in charge of taking care of this space that the children are in. If no response is coming from them, what you can do is step to the higher authorities. Even after doing all this, if you still find that no action has been taken and your child is still suffering bullying and is in an unsafe environment, please do not hesitate to remove your child from that environment. Your priority is your child's mental health and safety rather than any social image. According to American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychology, suicide is the second most leading cause of death among the children in between 14 to 24 years. This actually alarms us to talk about the issues of mental health in the society. We are all concerned about our physical health and we don't hesitate to consult a doctor or take medicine for that. And I don't understand why mental health is something that should be shamed about. As parents and educators, let us focus on raising mentally strong kids and create a safe space for them to talk about their issues. On that note, I'm ending today's video. Do let me know in the comments if you're interested to know any more about children's mental health. Don't forget to share this with your friends and stay tuned for more videos.